All right, boys, today we're going to be taking a look at the best users in Madden 24, and we're going to go ahead and get it started right here actually with an honorable mention, because I'm going to be honest, man, I don't really like usering safeties anymore. I know in specific sets it's like fine, but I think for the majority of people out there, you should really just use their linebackers because they are the best AP value in the game. However, there are some nice pieces in the secondary that's going to be an honorable mention and our number 10 spot. And an honorable mention, I did want to cover Ryan Neal because he does have 95 speed, 93 acceleration. He does have the good height of 6'3". Again, when we're looking at users, really the only thing that matters is speed, acceleration, agility, change direction, height, and of course abilities. That's really all that matters. And also I think the block shed, impact blocking does play a little bit of a factor in like the run game and like shedding blocks, of course. And other things I look for big hitter on yes as well. I like having that on yes, but Ryan Neal just as a whole, right? The reason why he's here is because he does get 0 AP pick artist, which is nice. I love having that on the user. I don't know if you guys have this problem too, but a lot of times I just hold like Y or triangle throughout the entire play on accident. And to be honest, it's because I'm used to other Maddens where you could just do that because you do have pick artists. Now, the other reason why Ryan Neal is just an honorable mention on the list for me is the mid zone for 2 AP. So mid zone, I think, is actually a really good ability right now. And if we click on this, right, look who gets mid zone for 0. It's like Ray Lewis, the middle linebacker, and also Rondé Barber, the corner, get it for 1. Everyone else gets it for 2 AP. Really nice ability again on your top safety or potentially an outside corner. So that's why for me, Ryan Neal is just an honorable mention. If you're using him, I don't think it's wrong. And now at our number 10 spot right here, we are going to go ahead and have Julius Peppers. Only reason why he is at the bottom end of the list for me is just because I value the linebackers more than him. And also Julius Peppers takes a slight hit for me because I just think he's so much better in other places, and he's just one of the best AI defenders in the game. I don't want to say you're wasting him as a user, and also it's just, we'll cover a card later that if you want someone that's basically 6'7", the user, you can get someone that's 6'7". That's main purpose is a user now. And Julius Peppers, 94 speed, 88 acceleration, 6'7". Again, that's the big thing, 6'7", 295, 90 man, 90 zone as well. And I know that doesn't matter, but I'm going over why I think he's so good in the back end, the secondary as well. Also, an underrated thing on Julius Peppers is when the stamina thing gets reversed and they add fatigue back in, and hopefully they do it right, he's actually still someone that will not get fatigued because he does have 70 plus power moves and 70 plus finesse moves on this card. And of course, he is 295 as well. So if they ever had fatigue back in, he is someone that will not get fatigued like crazy like some other cards. And he has 94 block shed, 94 impact blocking. He is a great user. Again, the only reason that he's at the bottom of the list for me is that he's a safety. When we look at his abilities, deep end zone KO for 1 AP, I still think he's one of the best top safeties in the game, and he does get that lurk artist for 0 as well. I think he's also great as an outside corner with lurk artist and also deep out zone KO, guess what, for 3 AP total, or also a potential slot CB as well with that 0 AP lurk artist. That's really what I'm valuing on my slots. Everything I mentioned is why he's at number 10 for me and not like number 1, number 2, like top 5. I just think the linebackers are better now. Julius Peppers and Ryan Neal are the only safeties we are going to cover today. And for the rest of the list, we got linebackers. So we are going to have Ray Lewis. We're going to cover 2 Ray Lewises though, because I also think the field pass one is fine as well. But this Ray Lewis with 92 speed, 90 acceleration, he's 6'1". For some reason I thought he was 5'11", but he's also a great pass rusher as well. So he has a unique role on the team that his best role might not be a user. And I could see you saying that. 90 block shed, 90 impact blocking, 90 zone coverage, and also he has all 3 pass rush traits on yes. So where I think Ray Lewis is really, really nice in this game, say in like a 6-1 type of set, or even like a dollar type of set as well, where you can sometimes drop your defensive lineman into zones, or a lot of people, what they do is they get on the defensive line, user the defensive line, and it registers the rushers as like 4 rushers, and then they just drop back into coverage like that. This is what this card is really, really good at. Now, the reason why he's here though, however, is he gets a great X factor in the game. He does get 1 lurk artist for 0, of course, but he also gets avalanche as well. But the avalanche starting on and just like being able to get some turnovers, potentially turnover potential with that is really, really high. And now when we look at the other Ray Lewis right here, a lot of people right here have this card up to, I think, like a 92 or 94 right now. I believe 94 would be the highest. I could be wrong on that. Up to a 94 with 90 speed, 91 acceleration. This card isn't as good as the other one we just covered, but again, the man the zone's good. And if you want to use this card, I would kind of use this card for sure, how I just said, like on the defensive line, that would be his main role. Right here, I think we have the best value card in the game. It is Josh Allen, the Monday mix-up card. He is 6'5", so has good height, 93 speed, 90 acceleration, not a pass rusher. The man the zone are high, not great block shed, not great impact blocking, no pass rush traits, no big hitter, play ball in air balance, and of course he does get that lurk artist ability for 0 AP. So Josh Allen again, man, I think he's one of the more slept on cards right now, and he's just great value, man. He can really do it all from a pass coverage standpoint. He can be your user with that height, some decent physical stats, and also he can just be an AI coverage defender too. I think either way, like Josh Allen talent, this is a great card. And at number 7 right here, I am going to have Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes has that 6'1" height, 94 speed, 90 acceleration, 93 agility, 88 change of direction. Now, compared to say Josh Allen, it is tough because Josh Allen is 6'5". If you want to put Josh Allen above these next two cards, I could see the argument. And we look at Derek Barnes, not really too great of a pass rusher, 80 zone coverage, 94 impact blocking, 94 block shit, no big hitter, play ball and conservative, and once again, of course, gets that lurk artist ability for 0 AP. And at number 6 right here, we are going to have Dre Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw right here, he is 6 foot. I think that's the one thing that does kind of hurt him. I like my users to be tall. Again, it is preference though. 95 speed, 92 acceleration. If you want to say Dre Greenlaw's top 5, I can see the argument. Like, this is where it starts to get tough. 84 block shed, 88 impact blocking, does have 94 zone coverage, big hitter on yes, playable on air, balance, has lurk artist for 0, also does get stonewall as well, which is nice, which basically means he's not going to be in tackle battle. One thing I do think is valuable on him as a coverage player, as well as getting mid zone for 1 AP. Again, we were talking about this with Ryan Neal. He gets it for 1 as a linebacker. Mid zone, don't think of that as like a zone specific thing. Activates in the middle of the field between the hashes, 0 to 20 yards, and on the sideline 10 to 20 yards. This is a good ability like wherever. And he also does get the flat zone as well, which I think is good on linebackers too. Now, right above him, we got another card that I need to have on the list, but I don't think this is his best role, and that's what kind of like makes him go down a little bit for me. It's going to be Keith Bullock, Mr. Monday Night, with 94 speed, 89 acceleration, 94 agility, 95 change of direction. All this is great. He has 90 finesse moves, 84 power moves, 90 man, 90 zone, but this card is a pass rusher. And while you look at the stats, you're like, okay, I mean, his coverage stats are better than his pass rush stats. Fair enough. Now, when we look at his traits and everything, all 3 pass rush traits on the yes, play ball and air, aggressive. This card can do everything though. I should say that he can do everything. I think the OP thing about the card, 1, he gets lurk artist for 0. He can drop into coverage, but dual threat is actually so good, man. So dual threat, not this one. It's the AKA crew one. This one starts on for 5 plays, off for 5 plays. I think when this is on for 5 plays, he is a pass rusher. This is essentially unstoppable force, and it is insane. I think he's one of the best defensive linemen in the game. Now, when this is off, however, you can do, like I said with Ray Lewis, like say he's still an edge rusher for you, but you can drop him into his zone. You can user him on the defensive line and drop back with yourself like a regular user, and he's great in that role. I think he's probably the best card on this list, which might be crazy to have him at like number 5. I think his value is as a pass rusher, but he is one of the best users if you choose to use him like that. Now, 4 through 1 is really all dependent on what you value for the user, and that is speed versus height. At number 4 right here, we're gonna have Christian Harris. That again is a beast and kind of similar to what I said about Keith Bullock because he has multiple different roles he could play. 95 speed, 93 acceleration, 6'1" height. The pass rush, 92 finesse moves, 80 power moves. Now, he does have 90 zone coverage. It's kind of like a good balance between pass rush and coverage, of course. But again, you can use him exactly like how I said Christian Harris. Like in my defense, my 2 edge rushers are Keith Bullock and Christian Harris. I love playing them in that role. But this card, again, you can user him too. I don't want to say it kind of hurts Christian Harris's value because I could see you going either way with that. Has play on air, balance, big hitter on no, and of course, he has the lurk artist for 0 AP. And like I said, man, he has multiple different roles. You can really use him either which way. Pass rusher, user, pass coverage player. Everything makes sense with this card. Multiple different roles. He can do it all. Now at number 3 right here, I'm going to have Ray Nitki. So Ray Nitki is 6'3", a little bit taller than Christian Harris, 1 speed point slower. So that's why I went Ray Nitki above Christian Harris. 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 91 agility, 95 change of direction. All that is really, really balanced. Now, once again, man, we're going to catch a theme real quick. Can do multiple roles. Like has 90 power moves, 80 finesse moves, great block shot, great impact blocking, also has great zone coverage. So like I said with Christian Harris, like I said with Keith Bullock, he can be an edge rusher for you, or also again, he can be a user. Big hitter on yes, all 3 pass rush traits, play ball and air, aggressive. Like these linebackers are very, very good cards. And also right here, he does get the lurk artist for 0. What I think is great about this card, however, 1, he gets that avalanche like we talked about with Ray Lewis, but he also gets reinforcement. So reinforcement is actually what I would run on him. But again, man, this is kind of tough because now we have Keith Bullock, Reggie White, and Mattabees that are basically 3 unstoppable forces on the defensive line that is just so good, and I think it's too good to pass up. Ray Nitki, however, with this reinforcement is basically every single KO in the game, but it doesn't give you the reaction time. So how can this work as a user? Well, as a user, you can be like a little bit behind the receiver, but if you catch up and make contact with them, it should knock the ball out. That's why I think Ray Nitki is really, really good, and I think that's where his value is in the game. Again, you can play him as an AI defender in coverage. He can be an edge rusher for you, or again, he can be a user. And at number 2 right here, I'm still having Harold Carmichael. this was the card I talked about with Julius Peppers. I just don't really see a world where you can justify the value of using Peppers over Harold Carmichael. Now, Harold Carmichael is 6'8", of course, that amazing height, 93 speed, 90 acceleration, 93 agility, 94 change of direction. This card, however, really isn't great at like the pass rushing that we've seen. 90 block shed, 90 man, 90 zone. Again, he can be an AI defender for you. No big hitter, play ball and air aggressive, 2 pass rush traits on yes, which actually does help him because he's not going to use his power move rating, only going to use finesse moves, given his traits, because the bull rush, think of that as power moves. On no, not going to use power moves. And of course, Harold Carmichael once again gets that lurk artist ability for 0 AP. And at our number 1 spot, I still have Rob Gronkowski right here. So Gronk, 6'6", 94 speed, 95 acceleration, 95 agility, 97 change of direction. I think this card is still absolutely amazing. Has the height, has the speed, has the acceleration, agility, change of direction, everything. Again, also a great pass rusher, 95 block shed, 92 impact blocking, 90 man, 90 zone, big hitter on yes, all 3 pass rush traits on yes, play ball and air aggressive. And for his abilities, gets lurk artist for 0, and also does get that avalanche ability like we talked about on Ray Lewis, and also Ray Nitki. So yeah, man, I think Rob Gronkowski is still the best user in the game. But let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with. Who do you think should go up? Who do you think should come down? If you guys did enjoy this video though, you enjoy content like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Stay up to date with the best cards in Madden. If you guys do want to see me use some of these cards live, I usually stream Monday through Friday, 2 p.m., 6 p.m. Eastern. Would love to see you on some streams, man. If you do want to watch that, hit the noti bell on YouTube as well, or check the links in the description. Hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here, because I rank the best defensive tackles in Madden 24.